I'm Leslie Swan with the Swan Team Real Estate, here to share with you anything and everything you need to know about living in Mission Viejo. And how do I know? Oh wait, it's because I live in Mission Viejo. I am so excited to show you Mission Viejo from a map view. I know that sounds kind of weird. I would love to show you inside, and I will, but I want to give you a perspective, if you've never been to Mission Viejo, exactly where it falls into place in Orange County and all of the ins and outs of Mission Viejo, what it's known for, what type of homes it has, whether they're single family homes or condominiums or townhouses, and what school district they're zoned to, because yes, there are 2 school districts in Mission Viejo, and you're going to want to make sure you know which school district you are zoned to if you have kiddos and want to decide what school they go to. So definitely take a watch, take a listen, and definitely comment any questions that you have. So excited to share with you all about Mission Viejo, but from a bird's eye view, or maybe from a plane view and from a map view, so that you can get a better idea of Mission Viejo if you're coming from somewhere other than Southern California, or even if you are from Southern California but not from Orange County and aren't familiar with exactly where Mission Viejo is in the state of California. Let's dive right into it, and I will show you here on my screen. We have Mission Viejo highlighted or outlined in red and white dash lines. So you can see conveniently the Swan Team Real Estate is located centrally in Mission Viejo, which is always nice. But as you'll see, Mission Viejo is a rather long, kind of skinny city. And I like to always kind of share the cities that are surrounding it. So we have Lake Forest to the northwest. Over here, it's not labeled, but this is Laguna Woods. As you can see here, this is Irvine over here. To the west, we have Newport Beach as we come down. Then we have Laguna Beach. As we move back east, we see Aliso Viejo, Laguna Hills. Down here is Laguna Niguel, and then just south of Mission Viejo is Ladera Ranch. Even farther south of Ladera Ranch is Rancho Mission Viejo, the newest master plan community in Orange County. And then here, this kind of strip right here, where it says Las Flores and up this way, is all considered Rancho Santa Margarita. Over here we have Coto de Caza, which, if you are familiar with the Real Housewives of Orange County, that is actually the community, the gated community where that show started. Interestingly enough, none of the current housewives live there, but I think Vicky still does, but she's no longer a housewife, or at least she isn't right now. And then up here we have Trabuco Canyon as well. Mission Viejo is a long, skinny city, and I want to point out to you just in the location, and you can follow my arrow and my cursor here to kind of see exactly where some main spots in Mission Viejo are. So where you actually see this icon or this pin is Lake Mission Viejo, is definitely something that Mission Viejo is known for. It is a very unique element to Mission Viejo because it is the only swimmable, boatable, and fishable lake in Orange County, and that is considered in the northern part of the city. Up here we have Trabuco Hills High School. That is one of the 3 high schools located in Mission Viejo. When you come down farther over here, we have Mission Viejo High School, and then all the way down we have Capistrano Valley High School that's down here. And we also have Saddleback Community College here, and the shops at Mission Viejo are located here, as well as Mission Hospital in Mission Viejo, or Providence Mission Viejo Hospital. So that is located here in Mission Viejo as well. What I'm going to do today is share with you all the different neighborhoods that are throughout Mission Viejo. And keep in mind that neighborhoods in Mission Viejo started really getting developed in the early 70s, and homes have been built out. The most recent project actually just finished in 2024. So we're going to go through those. I'm going to also explain to you that if you're thinking of moving to Mission Viejo, something that you might want to keep in mind if you have kiddos is that Mission Viejo has 2 different school districts, Saddleback and Capistrano. Unified. And so when you are choosing a home, you are going to probably want to know what school district that home is mapped to. And what's nice about both of those districts is you can talk to parents in either of them and they will have raving reviews. Of course, there will be the other parents that have scathing reviews, but such is life with every place. But there are other private schools that if you don't want to have your children attend any of the public schools in Mission Viejo, then you can certainly opt for that as well. One thing that I also want to point out, and I'm going to kind of zoom out again just so that you can kind of get your bearings and understand where we are. So, and I'm going to zoom out even more just so that we can zoom in really quickly. So again, this is all Orange County up here. You can see Santa Ana up here. Up here is Disneyland, just so you know. We're not too far, and it's about a 30-minute drive. Mission Viejo is located right along the 5 freeway. By the way, we refer to freeways as the fill-in-the-blank freeway here in Southern California. I grew up in Northern California and we always just called it 5, but for whatever reason in Southern California, it's kind of a quirk that we refer to every freeway with a "the" in front of it. So we have the 5, and we have over here the 405, and we have the 241. So just a little lingo that you can get to know, good or bad, about Orange County and Southern California in general. So Mission Viejo was really developed on the 5 freeway. As we get into the very specific communities, they were developed really along the freeway, which makes sense, right? You don't want to be far from the freeway necessarily. You want to be able to get to Irvine. And in many cases, when Mission Viejo was first built, it was actually a suburb of Los Angeles. And the idea of commuting to work to LA from Mission Viejo sounds horrendous now, but apparently back in the 70s, people did it. So, and I mean, people still do it, but it's not recommended for your sanity. The 241 toll road up here is a really nice option to get to North Orange County, the Yorba Linda area, and it actually picks up a freeway called the 91 that can take you out to the Palm Springs desert area. And Mission Viejo has these 2 main kind of freeways or expressways, places where there are no lights that you can get to quickly, and it's kind of almost, I don't want to say sandwiched in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Mission Viejo from the tippy top, or the northern part of it, and we're going to go down and we are going to take a look at everything that is in the city and all the neighborhoods. So we will go first to the very north. Now again, these are the only 2 communities in Mission Viejo that were actually built north or east of the 241. So we first have up here, we have the Skyridge Community, which these homes were actually built in 2017 and 2018. They are single family homes. And then Painted Trails here. Painted Trails was built in the 2000s, and this is single family homes and condos. This is a reservoir, just so you know. It is not a swimmable lake or anything like that. In this video, I'm going to showcase for you and highlight all of the communities where there are properties for purchase or that you can actually own. There are apartments throughout Mission Viejo. I'm not going to focus on those in this video, but I will kind of show you them as they pop up on the map. But again, I'm going to highlight the neighborhoods where if you're thinking of moving and buying a home in Mission Viejo, the possible options that you have. So we came down from Painted Trails, and you'll see also there is Saddleback Church here that a lot of people come from many miles away for services. Over here too, they recently built this Lake Forest Sports Park, which is convenient for Mission Viejo residents as well, which is fantastic. So there are brand new homes that were just built here in 2024. Those are condos. And just so you know, as we go through this, I'm going to let you know if they are mapped and zoned for Saddleback School District versus Capistrano Unified School District. This community over here is called Saddleback Place. These are condos. They start at 1 bedroom and go up to 3 bedroom, and those are part of the Saddleback School District. They were built in 2024. If we go over here, we have the Neo at Mission Foothills, and these were built in 2021. So these are pretty much the two newest, and like I mentioned, Skyridge up here, those are the newest communities. This community is zoned to Saddleback School District as well. As you can see right here, there are apartments that are available. This community right here is called California Court. These are condos and they are zoned to Saddleback Unified. California Court was built in the 90s. Then over here we have all of these properties that were built in the mid-80s. Those are called Evergreen Ridge. As you can see, they are basically right across the street from, this is Trabuco Hills High School. This is a community called the Ventanas, and that was built in the late 80s. We have Pinecrest that was built in the mid 80s. And over here, this is a condominium complex called Rainbow Ridge, which was built in the late 80s. All of the streets are different names of colors, so hence the name Rainbow Ridge. All of these communities are mapped to Saddleback School District. As you can see on our map, we still have this dotted red and white line. As we kind of sweep over to the east here, this community right here called Palmia is a gated community for 55 and older residents. The homes are both single-family homes and condos, and they were built in the mid-90s. When we come down a little bit, we have Melinda Park here, which is a great park. There's soccer being played here all the time and a fantastic playground. There is the homes that were built here are the Montiel Homes. They were built in 1980. When we swing over here, right by Eastbrook Park, these homes are called the Eastbrook development, and they were built in the 80s. We have over here the California Colony, and those were built in the mid 80s as well. As you can see here, this is a apartment complex called the Vista Del Lago Apartments. And then we have over here, these are the Galicia homes, and they were built in 1979. And then we have the Evergreen Lakeview, and those were built in the late 70s, early 80s. We have Coral Gardens over here, which were built in the mid 80s. And we have the Marty Russo Youth Athletic Park, also known as the Athletic Fields or YAP, Youth Athletic Park. So this is a fantastic park where if you have little kiddos that play soccer, t-ball, baseball, this is where you're going to spend a lot of time. I have showed you this block because I wanted to let you know that this road right here, Melinda, is what basically separates this side of Mission Viejo to Saddleback Unified. Everything that is south of Melinda is going to be Capistrano Unified School District. So we have Coral Gardens here, and then we're gonna move over to the homes that are over here, which are called the Montiel Homes. And we also have the Cordova homes that were built in 1977. These homes, again, are all in the Saddleback Unified School District. And we have over here along Los Alisos, these are all Madrid homes, and they were built in 1976. So again, some of the older homes in Mission Viejo. And then as we kind of move along here, again, all of these homes are the Montiel, and then there is this interesting kind of dividing line of trees. This, interestingly enough, is actually a dividing line for the school district. So homes that are north of this tree line are part of Saddleback Unified. Everything below it or south of it is part of Capistrano Unified School District. So now we have this area of homes, which is called the Madrid Del Lago homes. And the Madrid Del Lago homes were built in 1976. And we're back here around great focal point of Mission Viejo, Lake Mission Viejo. And you'll see here that these are all condos. These are the Mallorcas. These were built in 1978, which interestingly enough is actually when Lake Mission Viejo opened. Lake Mission Viejo is 124 acres. It is a man-made lake. As we look, there is also another condominium complex over here called the Finisterra on the lake, and that was also built in 1978. When we zoom in just a little bit more around the lake, you'll see over here this is a shopping center called the Plaza Del Lago. So there are some restaurants, there is a fitness center, and there is a preschool there as well. This community is called the Andalusias, and they were built in 1982. They are all part of Capistrano Unified now that we went below that tree line. These are all going to be Capistrano Unified School District homes. And then there are actually this entire row. These are all custom homes all along here, and those were built at various times. We have custom homes over on this side of the lake as well in a gated community called Tres Vistas. These homes were actually built in 1979. As you can see, they all have docks, similarly to all of the properties on this side as well. I mean, the big advantage of having a home on the lake is that you can have a boat that you can take out anytime you want. Again, this is a guard gated community, Tres Vistas. So that is actually our first non-55 and over gated community in Mission Viejo. Palmia was the first one, and that is a 55 and older community. I apologize, actually Mallorca is also a gated community with a guard. These are all condos. They are 2-bedroom units as well as 3-bedroom units. When we move east over here, this community right here is called Canyon Crest. Some people call it Canyon Crest Estates. Some people call it Canyon Estates. I call it Canyon Crest. And a great feature about Canyon Crest is that it is gated. It has 24-hour roving patrol, and it also has a clubhouse facility that, as you can see, has 4 tennis courts, 3 pools, a basketball court, a playground, and there is actually a fitness center inside of the clubhouse area, as well as a clubhouse canyon room that can be rented for events. We have Flojo Park. That's at least what we refer to it as, or Florence Joyner Olympiad Park. This street is called Olympiad, and it will eventually, as we head farther south, turn into another street. But it's called Olympiad Road because the '84 Olympics, a cycling event, was held and they rode through on Olympiad Drive. So Canyon Crest, again, another gated community. All of these communities are in Capistrano Unified School District. I'm going to zoom out a little so that we can see a little better. This entire community here is called Stone Ridge. This is also a gated community. It does have a small playground. It does have 24-hour security and a manned guard gate. These homes were built in the 90s. As we move west, this entire area is called Casta del Sol, and it is a compilation of single-family homes and condos for 55 and older residents. They were built in the 70s and 80s. It is a gated community. They do have a lot of great facilities in there as well. This is actually the Los Osos golf course. It's an executive golf course. And this is the Cypress Point community. The Cypress Point community was built in the late 80s, early 90s. It is a combination of condos and single-family homes. They're technically all called condos, even though some, for all intents and purposes, are detached single-family homes. But it's just an interesting thing that I learned in a transaction that technically an appraiser will refer to it as a condo because of how it was drawn up when it was built. Interesting fun facts you learn, right? So we have here, I kind of went over this again, is the Madrid Del Lago community. All of these communities are zoned for Capistrano Unified School District. We have the Barcelona community that was built in 1974. These are some more Barcelona homes as well. Where you see Oxford Preparatory Academy, that actually used to be Barcelona Elementary School. Because of low enrollment, the school district actually converted that into the charter school that it is now, Oxford Preparatory Academy. It is a school that, if you're in the Capistrano Unified School District, that your student can apply to. As we kind of come back over east, and we're close to we don't come over to the east, we came over to the west, and the line of Mission Viejo. Again, keep in mind, this is Lake Forest. We have these homes over here that are the Seville homes that were built in 1971. And we have the Aliso Villas condominiums, and those were built in 1971. So, okay, here's where it gets a little confusing again. If you are northwest of Los Alisos, and actually west of Trabuco, then this is all still Saddleback School District. So Saddleback School District is over here. We have one of 3 targets in Mission Viejo, and we have the Aliso Ridge community. These were built in the 2000s. These are all condominiums, 3-story condos. Then we come over to this side of Oso Parkway, and these are all different types of homes. So the majority of this community is the El Dorado homes that were built in anywhere between 1969 and 1971, and then some Madrid homes are in here as well. This area again is all zoned to Saddleback. A lot of these homes feature, or these floor plans do feature, single level homes that are either 3 and 4 bedrooms. So if you are looking for a single level home, these can be a great option for you. As we move west again, so then we move into Capistrano Unified School District again. Let's start over here just below the lake. We have the Finisterra on the green. These are all condos, and those were built in 1980. All of this community over here is called New Castile, which interestingly enough, Castile Park is here and Castile Elementary is here as well. So not surprising, the parks were named after the name of the community, and the New Castile community was built in 1975. We do have some Madrid homes here as well as we kind of keep moving down, moving south in Mission Viejo. I'm gonna actually zoom in just a little to showcase a couple of other great options and opportunities that we have here in Mission Viejo. So we have the Mission Viejo Tennis and Racket Center, and then the Mission Viejo Aquatic Center. The Mission Viejo Nadadors swim here and practice here. This will actually also be a practice facility for the 2028 Olympic Games. And as you can see here, as part of the tennis center, there are 8 courts here. There are also 8 courts at another facility. And what's wonderful, I actually do play tennis. I play tennis through the Marguerite Tennis Center because I pay recreation prices, but basically have the amenities of a country club. So, I mean, who doesn't want that? Champagne wishes on a beer budget, gotta love it. These are great staples, and the Mission Viejo YMCA, so many great programs are run out of that. If you are a parent that wants to go to the gym and wants to have a little kids club for your kids to go to, this is a great option for you to take all different kinds of aerobic classes or use the weights, the aerobic machines, and have your kids watched while you do it. It is a very busy and popular facility in Mission Viejo and very affordable, which is fantastic. I am going to zoom out a little bit here now. As I mentioned over here, this is Casta del Sol. This is 55 plus community. Over here we have more Madrid homes, and these Madrid homes were built in 1974. As you look over here, some of these homes are actually Madrid homes as well, but then there are some other developers. And for the most part, these homes over here were built in the early 70s. And keep in mind again, Marguerite here, Trabuco here, all of these homes on this side are all zoned to Saddleback Unified School District. And as we kind of keep coming down, you will see over here, this is Mission Viejo High School, which if you're in Saddleback School District, this is one of the options. As I showed earlier, in the northern part of Mission Viejo, Trabuco Hills is the option. So I'm gonna move over here to the western part of Mission Viejo, and then we're gonna kind of swing back east. So right here we have Los Alisos Boulevard, which again you can see is the dividing line of Mission Viejo and Lake Forest, and then Laguna Hills over here. And we have various homes that were built in the mid to late 70s here, the S&S El Dorado and the Timberline community, and again all zoned to Saddleback Unified School District. All here is the Aegean Hills community, and that was built throughout the late 60s, starting in 1969 and going through 1973. There is a community here called Aegean Heights, which was built in 1967. We come along here. I guess I want to point out too, this line right here, this is actually train tracks. Yes, we have train tracks that come through Mission Viejo. This is part of the train line that heads all the way down to San Diego, goes up to Irvine, and then on from there. It is a great train to actually take down if you want to go to the Del Mar horse racing or to San Diego in general, you can hop on the train. Not here in Mission Viejo, but you can go up to Irvine or San Juan Capistrano. There are a couple of stops that are the easiest to get to from Mission Viejo. As we sweep over here, these are all zoned as Saddleback Unified, and these homes were built in the mid to late 60s. They're Dean Homes, La Paz Homes, and Madrid South Homes. So we had already kind of looked at these. These are, again, Madrid Homes. This is Casta del Sol. Then we come up here. This is, as you see, Pavilion Park, but there is also Philip Riley Elementary School, and these homes are called Cordova Vista, and they were built in 1979. Keep in mind, now we are all over in the Capistrano Unified School District, and all of these homes in this neighborhood are also the New Castile. There are some Madrid homes as well. And then we have here the Oso Viejo Community Park and the Norman P. Murray Center. We also have Newhart Middle School, which is the main middle school in Mission Viejo if you are zoned to Capistrano Unified. My kids did go to Newhart, so if you have questions, definitely feel free to comment and let me know what you think, or let me know what you want to know about Newhart. I'll give you my 2 cents. But as you can see, this is a beautiful green area, and this wooded tree area, it actually forks off and goes this way, and it goes this way. And this is all called the Oso Trail, which is a beautiful trail in the heart of Mission Viejo. It is a wonderful place to go for walks if you take your dogs for a walk or if you want to go for runs. It is just a beautiful way to get out into nature. You come into the central part of Mission Viejo and the trail just keeps going. I'm going to zoom in because I want you to see where actually the Mission Viejo Library and the Civic Center are located here. And what is really cool is the city is actually turning this area into a new development. It is referred to as Envision MV if you go to that website. And they are going to turn this into a mixed use dining and retail space. They are going to actually open up and have a restaurant that faces out to the Oso Creek Trail. It is something that is in the works and hopefully will be completed in the next 5 to 10 years. So that is something to look forward to if you are thinking of moving here. And they do hold in that shopping center actually every Saturday a farmer's market. So if you're interested in seeing local wares and local vegetables and farmers, then that is a great place for you to go. Over on this east side of Mission Viejo and just south of Newhart Middle School is a large development of homes called Pacific Hills. And these homes were built in the 90s. Again, all zoned to Capistrano Unified. So what you can't tell from this map is that as you're coming from the freeway, you're gradually gaining elevation. So it makes sense that they built homes over here initially, or even in the 80s when they built these homes, the Belvedere and the Briarwood, because these had very nice views. And so these were built in 86 and 87. Pacific Hills, a lot of these homes. It's very interesting when you look at homes in Mission Viejo. They're graded in such a way that they kind of sit up above the houses below them, and everything is kind of elevated and almost stacked so that everyone can enjoy a view, which is fantastic and I think a great use of the space. Over here, this is another gated community in Mission Viejo called Quail Run. These homes were built in the 90s. And right here we have a condo community called Mirasol, and these were built in 94. And these homes over here were the Expression homes, and those were built in the 90s as well. Right here, just so you know, a Pavilions. So for all of your grocery shopping needs. As we come over here, again, a lot of these homes, now we've crossed over Marguerite, so that means these homes are part of the Saddleback Unified School District. So a majority of these homes over here, shockingly enough, are named after the road that they are built off of. They are La Paz homes. They were built from 66 to roughly 69, and these again are zoned to Saddleback School District. As we come farther down, there is another condo community called Casa Loma. That is a community that was built in the 70s. We do also have down here, this is another Finisterra, but this is Finisterra on the green Baja. And this whole huge green area right here is the Mission Viejo Country Club. And there are some beautiful homes that line along the golf course, and those are called Cresta Verde, and they were built in the 80s. And then we have some homes over here as well that are called the Madrid 4. It's spelled F-O-R-E, not like the number 4, so that's why I said it that way. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. We are now at Oso Parkway. We are almost to the southernmost part of Mission Viejo. As you can see, the golf course is on both sides of Oso Parkway. This community here is called La Mancha. These are single family homes. We have up here, we have Mission Ridge and Baja Oso. These were all built in the 70s, the mid to late 70s. As we swoop east, we have the Galicia homes that were built in the 80s. Again, now that we're south of Oso, wait for it. Now that we're south of Oso, all of these homes will be in Capistrano Unified School District. So there's no rhyme or reason. I don't know how the lines were completed. I just report them. We have the Galicia homes here, and then we have the Cortez homes here, and then some J.M. Peters. These Cortez homes were built in the early 80s, whereas these J.M. Peters homes were built more in the late 80s. Up here, just below Quail Run, we have the Calafia community, and that was built in 1984. We come down and there is the Bel Air community that was built in the early 90s, around 1991, and we come down and we have the community of Auburn Ridge that was built in the 90s. So the majority of these homes were all built in the late 80s, early 90s, and we do also have all of these are single family homes. We do have a condominium community called Emerald Point here that is zoned to Capistrano Unified School District. Down here, just south of Felipe, which, by the way, Felipe is the road that eventually, as you take it north, turns into Olympiad when you cross La Paz. These homes that are just south of Felipe and east of Marguerite are referred to as the Cordova Homes. And just across from the Cordova Homes, these are all Madrid Homes. And these were all built in the 70s. There's the Granada community that was actually built in 1969. So again, as you can see, a lot of the original homes that were developed in Mission Viejo were built in the 60s and 70s, and they've continued to build. There's not a lot of space left to build anywhere else, which is why Ladera Ranch was built and Rancho Mission Viejo was built, but they still have seemed to find plots of land like that Neo community and the Saddleback Vista. Now we've gotten down to the southern tip of Mission Viejo, and you'll see here as it's located and labeled on the map, we have Providence Mission Hospital in Mission Viejo. This is the only hospital that's located in Mission Viejo. However, there is also a nearby hospital in Laguna Hills called Saddleback Memorial. So we are very fortunate in Mission Viejo that we have a lot of medical care facilities around us. And then we have the shops at Mission Viejo where it's not labeled, but there's Nordstrom. So that's a place that I like to go when I can. I don't know why I'm talking in such a high voice. It's an inside mall, so unlike some other malls that are open air, because we are very fortunate in Southern California, you can have a lot of open air malls, but the shops at Mission Viejo is a completely covered mall in Mission Viejo. As we come down, we actually have Saddleback College. It is a community college that students come from all over Orange County to attend Saddleback. It has a lot of great programs, including a nursing program that a lot of students take advantage of, which is fantastic. And they have really great facilities. As you can see, they have a great football stadium, a baseball stadium. In fact, actually, Capistrano Valley High School is redoing their stadium. They will be using Saddleback College's stadium so that they can have their events there. And the Santa Margarita football team plays their games here at Saddleback College. And we've made it down to the tip of Mission Viejo. As I mentioned here, we have Saddleback. Then these homes, these are the Coronado homes. Again, zoned to Capistrano Unified School District. The Coronado homes were built in 1970. And we have here Capistrano Valley High School. If you have questions about Capistrano Valley High School, you can certainly ask me. Both of my kids have attended Capistrano Valley. My son has graduated, my daughter is still attending, and I would love to share with you any and all information that I can. I really appreciate the faculty and staff at the school. They do a great job, And if you are looking for a neighborhood and a community where you can actually send your kids to public school, you don't have to send them to private school, Mission Viejo is a great option because there are several great public school options in Mission Viejo. Of course, there are also private school options that are really awesome too if you want to explore those. And I will talk about that in another video, but that's for another day. So here we are. We're at the end of Mission Viejo. I hope you enjoyed the map tour of Mission Viejo. If you are interested in actually seeing Mission Viejo in real life, contact me. I'd love to share with you all of these places in person. Even if you are still just considering moving here and you want to see it via FaceTime or you want me to send you videos, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. You can contact me anytime at 949-216-8411. Please subscribe and like, comment, whatever you'd like to comment, but please keep it nice. And stay tuned for more videos all about living in Mission Viejo.